Hello, guys. It is Monday, June 24th. I've made it through a week in England, which is great. Um, Found a few fun things to do. So I had the first 3 nights, I was camping in Oakwood Touring Park in Chester, which is south of Liverpool. Um, and I did a campground there just in case I didn't get my propane system, which I did not have for those 3 days. I called around, and there were a couple places I could buy them, but they basically would only order them if they installed them, and it's a pretty simple system to install. So I could order it. They basically said to order it directly from the company, Gaslow. So I looked at doing that, and turns out their headquarters is in a town called Loughborough, which was on the way to where I was going to go next to visit some friends over in Grantham. So I just called them up and ordered the set or the kit from them and arranged to pick it up on Thursday because I was leaving the campground Thursday morning, so that worked out fine. So I swung by their shop, very nice people, picked up the kit. They filled up the propane tank for me, and took maybe half an hour, 45 minutes to install it right there in the parking lot. Hopefully I'll weave in some pictures of that while I'm for this video, if I can figure out how to do that. I realize sitting here talking is not the most exciting thing for you guys, so I'll try to make the videos a little bit better. So I got the propane system working, which is a relief. Then I went over to Grantham, which is maybe an hour or so from there, and met up with a friend I had met online years and years ago through Deck, and we've been chatting over the years. He's a big car guy as well, and so I finally got to meet up with him and his wife. Was able to park the bus at their neighbor's farm for 2 days, and we explored their little village and went to a place called Belton House, which isn't really a castle. It's just a big stately manor in their village. So nice, very beautiful grounds and big gardens and everything. So spent half a day wandering around there and looking at the house. Also going back to the campground, met up with a couple with a pair of monkeys as well that I had met on or touched base with on one of the Facebook groups. So they came over to the campground and we chatted for a bit, so that was nice to meet up with them. So if I get back over towards that area, I'll touch base with them again and probably do some riding. I also ended up riding into Wales over to the Irish Sea. So that was a fun little ride. It was probably only 60 miles, but of course it's not, the highways, I can't get on them anyway with the monkey. So it was probably a good hour and a half, almost 2 hour ride out. So it was a fun way to spend a day riding through the countryside. So I did Chester, went out to Wales. Then when I left the campground in Chester, went to Loughborough, headed over to Grantham, which is east. And then from Grantham, Mike, the guy I was staying with there, suggested I come down to Mallory Park, which is on the way to Silverstone, which is my next big stop. And Mallory Park is a small 1.3 mile road circuit, mainly for bikes, but also cars. So there was a club meet yesterday doing time trials. So I was able to hang out and spend the whole day at the track, which was great. There's a bunch of little shops around here. There's a motorcycle shop that buys a bunch of parts from America, so I was in there chatting with those guys. There's a couple shops that do restorations or performance cars, so they get some really cool old Jensen, the C model, which was the predecessor to the Interceptor, a couple old Jags, a couple Rolls Royces, Silver Shadows, and there's a shop that does Evos. So I had about 5 or 6 of those parked out front, including a rally car. So I was able to spend Saturday night, Sunday night, and this is Monday, so I'll probably spend tonight too. It's just kind of like a big parking lot outside the main gate with the shops, so nobody seems to bother or mind. So probably stay here for another night, and then start heading south towards Silverstone, maybe down towards Milton Keynes. I do need to schedule a doctor's appointment to get a physical, so I can get medical insurance. I thought it would be simple, and Mike and his wife suggested I contact some private hospitals, and I called 2 of them, and they apparently don't do physicals or something. I don't know. I got to make some more phone calls and find out how to get that done. So that's on my list of things to do. It's interesting. I'm parked here next to a little park and nice trees and birds and everything, and I was suddenly infested with bees buzzing around the bus and in and out of the windows and the the roof hatch and everything. So I kind of had to jump out of the bus for a few minutes, and finally went around, closed all the windows, and then came in and killed a couple of them that were left, and then they all went away. So I don't know, I must have just been cruising the neighborhood or something. So I still have a weekend to go before Silverstone, and one of the people I met here mentioned Gasoline Juice, which is down south on my way to Silverstone as well. It's like an artist automotive shop, and he does kind of car meets Thursday, Friday, Saturdays. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to kind of wander down there, and then I'll check out the place on Thursday and see what that's all about. Looks pretty cool. Looks like he just has a bunch of, everything's welcome to show up. So I'll ring the bus and see what chaos that creates. So that's end of week 1 here in the UK. Everything's going fine. Getting the hang of grocery shopping and cooking, and did a little more organization in the bus. So I will hopefully get this up sometime soon and keep you updated as I go along. Thanks for watching.